Welcome back to the deep dive. So today we're going to tackle something that I think, well, everyone dreads, right? That moment when a great trip hits a snag.
Exactly. Modern travel is amazing, mostly, until it isn't. A flight delay, a lost suitcase, a hotel booking gone wrong.
Yeah, and suddenly you're stressed, maybe tired, and you have to sort it out, often in English when it's not your first language. It's tough.
And that's exactly where our source material comes in. It's really practical, basically a guide to the essential polite English you need, aimed at, say, A1 to A2 level, just for handling these kinds of travel headaches.
Okay, so our mission for this deep dive is to pull out the real core of that. What are the absolute must-know phrases, the linguistic shortcuts, if you like, the ones that help you solve the problem quickly, clearly, even when you're feeling overwhelmed, but also, crucially, keep things, well, positive with the staff trying to help.
Yeah, getting that clarity without needing, a huge vocabulary.
Right, because the source stresses this idea, doesn't it? That when you're tired and frustrated, simple, clear language is actually your best friend.
It really is. It just cuts down the chances of misunderstanding, on both sides. And it brings in that element of politeness, which can honestly work wonders. Okay, so let's get into it. The first big one, the flight delay. You're at the airport, maybe at the gate, you check the screen, and bam, delayed. That sinking feeling.
Uh-huh.
Why is it so important right then to structure how you ask for information?
Well, think about it. The staff. They're probably dealing with a lot of people asking the exact same thing. You need to be efficient.
Right.
So the source material suggests a kind of sequence. First, just acknowledge the situation, then find out for how long, and finally what happens next, like physically.
Gotcha. So you don't just barge up asking how long.
Exactly.
You start simple, polite, approach the desk, make eye contact, and just ask, "Excuse me, is the flight delayed?" Okay, simple enough. That's like step one, the acknowledgement. Right. They'll likely confirm, probably just yes. Then you move straight to the duration. This is key for you, for planning. So how long is the delay?
Makes sense. And then the third bit, the practical part. What do I actually do? When do I need to be back here? That's it. So the third question is, when will we board the plane? It's interesting. Just those three simple questions cover a lot of ground. You're gathering pretty vital info.
You really are. It's quite efficient, linguistically speaking.
But to understand their answers, we need to know the key words they'll likely use. The source points out three really crucial ones for this airport scenario.
Yeah, you need to understand the jargon, even the simple stuff. They won't say, the flying machine is late.
Probably not.
Right. So the first word is delay. Simple means it's late. Sometimes they might give a reason like mechanical delay or weather delay, but the core word is delay.
Okay, delay. Got it. What's next?
Second is board. That's the action. Getting on the plane. Not getting in, but boarding. Boarding will begin at
Board. Right. And the third?
gate, the place. Where you board. They might say, the gate has changed, or please proceed to gate C26. You need to know gate means that specific location. Delay, board, gate. Okay. The source includes a little example dialogue, doesn't it? Staff says 2-hour delay, boarding at 6:30. It seems straightforward, but what if you're feeling really frustrated? Does just saying those phrases feel a bit weak? The source insists so much on politeness. That insistence is key. Think of politeness, the thank you as a tool. It's actually a de-escalation strategy.
Ah, okay. How so?
If you approach sounding angry or using really complex sentences when you're stressed, staff might just go into defense mode, follow the rules, minimum help. But starting politely, simple phrases, it signals you're cooperative, you just need information.
So it actually helps you get what you need faster.
Absolutely. It encourages them to help more. It's about making that connection, like you said earlier. It's less about perfect grammar, more about the interaction itself.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so politeness is actually a shortcut. Good tip. All right, let's move on. We've navigated the delay. You finally get on the plane. You land. Relief. But wait, you're at the baggage carousel. It stops spinning. Your bag isn't there.
Ugh, yes. The missing bag protocol. This can feel even worse than a delay because it's your stuff that's gone missing.
Yeah, definitely more personal. So what's the language strategy here? Still simple and polite?
Even more important to be direct and factual here. The staff needs specific information to track your bag down. Panic doesn't help them.
Okay, so no long, rambling story about everything in the bag. Just the facts. Start polite again.
Always. Excuse me. Then state the problem clearly. My bag didn't come out. Simple, descriptive.
Or maybe, I can't find my luggage. Exactly. And if you feel lost or unsure what to do next, the fallback is always, can you help me please? universal signal for needing assistance. I noticed in the source's example, the staff often replies with something like, "I'm sorry to hear that." Why highlight that specific phrase? It seems quite standard.
It is standard, but the source points out its function. It's about showing empathy. It's standard in English-speaking service culture. They're not saying it's their fault, necessarily.
Oh, okay.
They're acknowledging your distress. It keeps the conversation on an even keel. It's like a little bit of social lubricant, keeps things moving smoothly.
Got it. So to actually find the bag, they need proof it was checked in. Which brings us to the key piece of vocabulary for this part. Yes, the absolute essential item, the baggage tag, that little sticky receipt they put on your ticket or passport, right? The one you usually ignore until this moment. Precisely. Without that tag, finding your bag is way, way harder. The source even emphasizes the pronunciation. Baggage is baited and tag te. You need to recognize the word when they ask for it. That's such a critical detail. And in the example dialogue in the source, the passenger gives the tag. The staff types in the number.
And boom, they can often locate it. Ah, yes, your bag is on the next flight. It will arrive in 2 hours. See how simple that language is?
Yeah, just a few words deliver really important news.
That economy of language is exactly why focusing on these core terms is so effective.
Okay, this is great. Super practical. So we've dealt with the airport chaos, the delay, the missing bag. We're exhausted. We finally get to the hotel. All we want is a shower and a bed. We get to the front desk, and oh no, problem with the booking.
The final hurdle. And yes, this happens.
Yeah.
Here, the source suggests a kind of two-step process for communication.
Okay.
First, establish who you are and that you have a booking. Then, state the problem. Don't jump straight to the problem without context.
Right, okay. So, step one, establish the booking. Phrases like, "Hello, I have a booking,"
Mm-hmm.
and then, "My name is," followed by your name, clearly.
And what if they look puzzled? Maybe you booked via a third-party site. Good point. You add context. I booked online. That often helps them find it. So those phrases set the scene, okay? But let's say they search and nope, can't find the name. Or maybe they find it, but say the room isn't ready yet, even though it's like 4 p.m. Now what? Step 2. State the problem, simply and clearly. If it's a paperwork issue, there seems to be a problem with my booking.
Okay, if the room physically isn't available, the room is not ready. Again, direct, efficient. No need for a long explanation at the stage. The source had that example with Ronnie Smith, right? Receptionist can't find the name.
Yeah.
Yes. And Ronnie doesn't panic, just politely insists using simple language. "Yes, I booked online yesterday." Giving that extra detail online prompts the receptionist to check again, and then they find it. And apologize for the delay, room ready in 10 minutes.
Exactly. That polite persistence, using the simple phrases, worked. And Ronnie's response is important too.
Which was,
No problem, thank you very much. It closes the loop positively, accepting the solution, showing gratitude. It avoids lingering awkwardness.
that's a good point. That no problem phrase seems really useful across all these situations.
It really is. And it brings us back to those core politeness markers. Across all 3 scenarios, delay, bag, hotel, the source shows how 4 simple expressions just kept cropping up and smoothing things over.
Okay, let's recap those. They seem like the absolute bedrock, to start any interaction.
Yep. I'm sorry, or hearing, I'm sorry to hear that, for empathy or handling apologies gracefully.
Thank you, obviously essential.
Crucial. And no problem for accepting help or solutions.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Thank you. No problem. Got it.
Mastering just those 4, honestly, gives you so much social capability in these moments, more than knowing loads of fancy words you might stumble over when stressed. So let's zoom out. We've covered a lot of ground. The overall strategy we've pulled from the source seems to be: keep calm, smile if you can, use simple, clear English, and remember those core politeness words. Exactly. It's about connection, not complexity, making it easy for them to help you.
And for quick review, let's just list those 6 essential vocabulary terms again, the ones you build your simple sentences around. Good idea. For the airport delays, delay, board, and gate, got it. For the missing luggage, baggage tag, critical one. And for the hotel check-in issues, booking, and the phrase room not ready, delay, board, gate, baggage tag, booking, room not ready.
String those together with, excuse me, thank you, maybe can you help me? And you're pretty well set for most common travel problems. Using that simple, polite approach genuinely makes people more willing to assist.
It really comes back to that idea of connection the source mentions. English is a tool for connection, and that connection isn't just words, is it? It's how you say them, your whole demeanor.
Absolutely.
So we've focused on the simple phrases today, which are key. But it raises a question, building on that final tip in the source about staying calm and smiling. If simple language is vital, what about the nonverbal stuff? When you're dealing with stressed staff, what specific nonverbal cues, beyond just trying to look calm, might be just as important as these A1 level English phrases we've discussed?
That's a really interesting extension. Eye contact. Open posture, maybe?
Yeah.
Not crossing your arms. It's that silent language that goes with the simple words.
Something for you, the listener, to perhaps think about or even observe next time you travel. What signals cooperation beyond just saying please?
Definitely food for thought.
Well, hopefully you now feel a bit more equipped with the linguistic tools, those shortcuts, to handle travel issues with a bit more confidence and grace. Thank you for taking this deep dive with us.
Yes, safe travels out there. And we'll catch you next time.